connection. Okay, cool. Myrna is talking to Myrna. So she tells me, this Myrna character, Miss Myrna talking to Miss Myrna, whatever, weirdo, tells me she's like a mother figure for you. I feel that, okay, I feel that, hold on. She says to me, well, not much has changed, or, yeah. I say, how'd you end up passing? She says, medically. She's got a couple things that I wear, so she adjusts glasses, but maybe we have something she wore, favorite shirt, favorite pair of glasses. Well, thank you. So I think that we have multiple things. We could even have jewelry. She's really signifying me to jewelry as well. She's a primary guardian angel because she's telling me you have to let it go, let it come back to you. Let it go, let it come back to you. Even when I only have $20 left in my bank account, I'm gonna tip someone $1 at Sonic for giving me the meal that I don't want to cook that night, because if I just give it out, it comes back to me. Give it out, it comes back to me. It's like the flow. You have to find the messages. You have to find the flow of it, okay? And so Myrna says, yes, I have a lot of her jewelry and I have her clothes. So when she looks around, and to me she says that not a lot has changed. You must have quite a bit of her things. Also, she says she passes medically. I think that, she goes, it was bad, and then it was okay, and it was bad, and it was okay, and then it was okay, and I was nauseous. So it almost seems like a medical thing, flip-flop, not really sure. Maybe we didn't jump on it. Maybe we didn't know what it was. It just feels like, oh, what is going on? And she goes, it wasn't that long. It happened pretty quickly. And then she says, thank you. She's up here. Is this your mom? She says thank you, and then she's up here with what seems to be her mom, and then she takes a piece of jewelry and she drops it into the dish with your mom's jewelry. So maybe her mom's up here, or maybe you have something that was passed down, or maybe like you even still have like a little trinket of the great, It almost seems like you're still living in mom's house, or you living around her stuff all the time, but it's neither here nor there. It's just what she tells me. She's like, well, not a lot has changed. Like, you still live in the same spot, or like you still have all her things, or something along these lines. And then Myrna says yes, and then Myrna says yes, that's her mom. Love it. They're both coming through. How did your mother end up passing? It seems like medical, seems like it happens very quickly, seems like I think I may have a sickness, and then by the time I get it checked out, it's like, by the time you're like, it's like an active toilet flushing, and you're like, wait a second, and like can't really there's not a lot of coming back from it. It's just like, oh, and you're feeling it by the time it's already stirred up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if there was any symptoms to where I think it would point toward them thinking they were passing by any means, Not quick, about 2 years of treatment. So what ended up taking her? Okay, so there's that medical, and that's, okay, cool. So this means it didn't did she get sick right at the end, or just develop that's a lot, what kind of, my brain says, did she go through chemo for 2 years, and then right when she's done with radiation, her tummy's like, bleh. It's almost like you withdraw from it almost. So it probably had a cancer. And then she said it's the same thing as this lady, the same thing as the mother had. they passed similar ways. She got pneumonia. And I was like, it's almost like she was totally fine, just did all these treatments. It was a long battle, and then all of a sudden she got sick, and she didn't even realize that sick was what was going to take her. She got pneumonia. This woman was fighting the fight of her life for 2 years and then gets pneumonia at her weakest state. This is what we're talking about. That's what she was saying. Like, oh, I feel gross. I feel like I'm getting sick. And then all of a sudden your sick escalates and oh my goodness. Okay, so she says that you're a lot like her, and a lot of the, and I go like this. And I go like this, and I'm like, and this is how you look like her. I feel like you have her cheeks. I feel like you have her nose. I feel like you have her T-zone, how your face is shaped. And you know why I think that's? Because she stands right next to her mom, and I'm like, oh, you look the same. Okay, maybe you got your dad's hair color or something, but I'm like, 1, 2, 3, you're done. You're all related. You're done. Okay, and so she says. She talks about, for another time, she talks about like wondering if she knew, wondering if she didn't get onto the symptoms, but then she keeps saying thank you, like someone's taking care of her, or maybe she's living with somebody right towards the end, and then she goes, there's no way to know. How would I have known it was my lungs when my stomach felt that way? Okay, and so I don't think there's any her knowing, or I think that as soon as she felt like the symptoms were a problem, or you felt like the symptoms were a problem, something happened, or she was taken in, or something like this. So it really feels like there's no like, yeah, I don't feel. She goes, butterflies, things of nature, Kato, but she doesn't really dream a lot. Can you ask her what she thinks of my relationship? She goes, if the book finishes with these chapters, okay, your whole life, start to finish, is a book. People get to be different chapters. So if she likes it, she doesn't tell me any of like her personal like feelings about it, but she goes, if you get to the end of the book and your chapters were all exciting with this person, and you were equal levels of healed, and you helped each other develop, then I would say, if that is what you want your book to say, do it. And I think that you should find someone who naturally is just there to help, can fill in the blanks, but nobody you have to fix. Okay, maybe like emotionally coddle, yeah, but no big fixing, I don't think has to be happening. So if it's he's gonna stop drinking alcohol for me, no, he fucking not. Nope, but if he's just like a wishy-washy Libra that means well, you're probably fine, okay? But everything seems good as long as you want the chapters to look that way. If the chapters are exciting, yay, but if you already see all the cycles for all the chapters, boo. We want some thrill, Whew.